What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week of Dallas Beertalk.
Hello.
Technically, like we know the episode count. It's episode 26. So, we got Kirsty to the left of me.
What's up, guys?
We got the beer guru Drew.
How's it
and
going?
I'm your host, Victor Santana. And then the man behind the veil has changed a little bit this week. We have Jedi, and he's a celebrity. So what's going on, Jedi?
Celebrities.
The celebrity.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Hey.
So
Good.
we're gonna start this off asking a little quick questions about to you, Jedi. So you a cameraman for Cheaters?
Yeah, 6 seasons.
6 seasons. How do you like it?
Man, it was great. It was a really good experience. Last season was our final season, so I dearly miss it.
Was it the final season just because they didn't want to do it anymore? Or just...
Yeah, and you know it's like shown in 150 countries.
I know it was
and,
syndicated.
Wow,
like,
really?
out there,
I mean,
worldwide.
It's good drama right there.
Yeah, and it's just the owner, Bobby Goldstein, was just kind of... Honestly, I don't really know why he wanted to stop it.
He
but...
made enough money. He was like, yeah, I'll
Probably.
go live in my riches now.
Well, he actually already had money. His family owned, I think, like Elmer's or a milk company, like what's the Border or
Borden.
yeah, Borden
Borden.
Milk, I think, or Shep's maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, he had milk money.
Hey, I want that milk money, to be honest with you. I take that bread money too, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then he
right?
did like some stuff in oil too. So
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Okay,
There's
he's
a lot
rolling
of
paper.
money right there.
Oh, you got paper.
Wow.
Did you ever get stabbed or shot on the show?
well, I've been stabbed twice actually, but not on
Not on
the
the
show. No, that was the host Joey Greco that allegedly got stabbed.
Oh, really? So I saw like the
air
footage.
quotes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
footage
so
of it.
so here's okay. I kind of have a story about that.
Sure, please.
So this is how I got my job. Is
You stabbed him.
Yeah. No, I was working at Breadwinners, and I was also working for the Jagger Show on 105.3. And Joey Greco came in on a Harley, and I had a Harley. He actually parked his Harley next to mine, and everyone's like, "That's Joey Greco, the host of Cheaters." So I go up and I'm like talking to him, and I said, "Man, that's a nice Harley." Blah blah blah. So we kind of start talking Harleys and whatnot. And I said, "So you're the host of the TV show Cheaters?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I went, "Well, hey man, I'm actually on the Jagger Show. If you would ever like to come on the show, let me know. I can get you on." He's like, "Yo, I know Jagger. Yeah, cool. I would love to. I'm actually promoting this thing for Carlos Mencia. He was on Mind of Mencia's like season premiere. They did like a fake Cheaters kind of skit thing."
That's awesome.
And so he was wanting to come on and promote it. Well, so the next morning, I had went into the studio and was like, "Jagger, I met Joey yesterday. He wants to come in on the show." Jagger was like, "Nah, we've had him on before. He was really bad." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, in the meantime, I had actually given Joey my number, and so like he starts blowing me up. "Hey, did you talk to Jagger yet?" And you're not. What am I supposed to say? "Yeah, he says you suck." So I just kind of kept ignoring it. And like in the meantime, he's literally blown me up. Like 3 text messages later. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So the next day, I'm like, Jagger, come on, man, let's just have him on. He's blowing me up.
Do it for me.
If he's bad, we'll like start making fun of him. We can goof on him. And he was like, all right. And I'm like, thank you. So we have him on. Well, where I was in the studio, have y'all seen Howard on E?
Howard Stern?
Yeah, Howard Stern. So he's got Howard in the main studio, but Robin is in the side studio.
Yeah.
That was like me. I was like Robin. I was in a side studio with glass, with my own microphone. Well, before we had him on, Joey was in the booth hanging out with me. And we're talking in between breaks and whatnot. And so I'm like, hey, man, if Cheaters is ever hiring, let me know. And, like, his producer called me that day and was saying,
Wow.
next Thursday? So I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
So anyway, so that's how I got the job. But in between of him coming on, I'm talking to him. And like I said, I've been stabbed. Like, I got a really gnarly
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
and, like, it popped my lung. So I, like, have this whole story. So I'm trying to,
your
like...
stab story is way better than mine.
So I'm trying to like share like this bonding experience of, hey, I've been stabbed too, twice actually, and so he's like, well, I can't really talk about the experience because we're still in court right now, it's ongoing, blah blah blah. So he like tells this whole story about getting stabbed and being in court, and he's going back to court next month. This whole thing, right?
Did you ask him to see the stab wound? Like, let's see it. Let's see your scar,
No,
Joey.
no, I didn't. But I wish I had, because I wonder what he would have said. Because, like 2 years later, there's Joey Greco is no longer the host. We have a new host, Clark Gable, and I don't know what we're talking about, but we start talking about that stabbing thing. Now, after like 6 months of working there, I come to find out majority of the busts are fake. Some of them are real, but a majority of them are.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be straight up. They're completely produced. And actually, at the end last season, I produced a few episodes myself. But anyway, so they start talking about how that episode was fake, and I went, no. Joey said he's going to court. Like he
got stabbed. Okay.
and like the security guards are like, nah, Jedi, dude, I was there. It was one of the fake ones. And I'm like, oh my God, he made up this whole like long lie. Instead of just going, I can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Like this whole intricate, like going to
That's
court.
how you know people are liars, man. Because
Wow.
everybody like, I'm going to court right now. Once it's done, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, something short. But no, he made up this whole thing about going to court, and the guy was like yelling at him, and it was
Wow.
bizarre.
Dude, they brought out like paramedics. He like took him off in like an ambulance.
Yeah.
Dang. So Goldstein paid for the ambulance, I guess.
Yeah,
Didn't
we've
care.
had actually we did a bust right down the street at this steakhouse where we had a fake ambulance come up.
Oh, really? So is there
Yeah.
a fake ambulance for hire? That you
Yeah,
can
I
pull
think
up?
you just
Wow.
rent them or something.
Man,
like
these
that.
little niche services
Yeah.
I never thought about.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I feel like hospitals should pick up on that. Get some extra money on the side, be on Cheaters, promote your hospital.
Oh, be on movies and stuff like that. Just get rent the ambulance.
Yeah, why not? Why
Right.
not?
Wow.
So you got a new host after that?
Yeah, Clark Gable. Clark Gable's grandson, Clark Gable III, was the new host
The
after
third.
Joey.
That's a weird name.
Yeah.
Clark
The
Gable the
third.
third.
Was he white?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Clark Gable. What do you think it was?
Just had to make sure. Had to
Wow.
make
Yeah,
sure.
and he actually surprisingly looks a lot like the original Clark Gable.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who is Clark Gable.
I don't know. An old actor, Gone with the Wind, I think maybe. But I don't know. Don't quote me on it. He's an old actor, like one of the old school actors.
Did he get stabbed?
Most
Clark?
likely.
Clark.
Actually, yeah, he's been stabbed too.
Which, the OG or the third?
No, the third.
The third?
Yeah,
On the show
he's got
or in life?
No, just in real life. In the arm, he was at a party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you punctured a lung. I think you win.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
Dude, I was in ICU for a month.
Oh, shit.
$279,000 hospital bill.
That bill was going to be stacking up.
It was a
At
nightmare.
that point, it should be like, listen, let's just let this slide.
Well-
we saved this man's life.
Well, actually, so when you're in the state of Texas, if you're a victim of a crime, the state will pay your hospital bill. But because I fought back, the state attorney general ruled that I was not a victim of a crime.
Oh, that's pretty ridiculous.
Well, you're not gonna fight
Like,
for
what
your
am I
life.
So
supposed
you
to
just
let the
gotta-
guy just stab me?
You're not gonna fight for your
Yeah.
life.
Like,
Just
what?
lay there and let him stab you a couple more times.
Go
State will pay.
Go on and do it. The state's going to pay for that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you're here, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, for sure.
thank you.
Welcome
So
to
drink to
Pod
that.
City.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We love
We
it.
love
here.
the studio. We actually absolutely love the studio.
Yeah. Kirsty
been
actually
stabbed
hand
here
painted
yet,
the
so-
beers you guys see on the wall behind
Yeah,
us.
it
All
took
these
Great
beers.
job.
days, years,
Beautiful.
preparation.
Yeah.
Here's a preparation.
So Kirsty got a beer this week.
Yes.
We have two beers this week that we're gonna feature. So
Yeah.
the first one
is actually a fan bought beer. They wanted us to go ahead and try it on the show. It's called Clutch.
Yeah.
And it's named after a band. A band actually released it. I wish I was able to find more information on the backstory because actually sounded.
We got the website up.
Okay. Well, this
Does it
is the
say
site I
anything?
looked at earlier. It was pretty cool because it just talks about how a band had a fan and they helped make this happen. But I really wanted more detail to it, to the whole story. Like a fan, did he own the brewery? Did he have the hookup? I'm not totally sure. But I thought it was a pretty cool story, and actually the band is actually pretty good to listen to as well.
Very
So-
nice. Have you tried? Has the person who bought it for you? Have they tried it?
Yes.
They
They've tried it
approved?
several times, and
Very
they really
nice.
like it. It is a sour stout, so I think Victor will enjoy it. Andrew, you'll probably like it too. You like all beers.
I do, and Kirsty's gonna love it.
Well,
So
So people who don't know, I love stouts. It's my favorite stout of beer.
mm-hmm.
And this is 8.5 ABV.
It's nice and hefty. So Kirsty's not a big sour fan, right?
sour
Oh, damn, I
or
poured myself
stout.
too much.
Or stout. So she told us earlier she was bringing this beer on the show, and I was like, "What? Those are your two favorite."
Dedicated to the fans.
Did it for you guys, you viewers.
Share some with our friend Jedi.
And actually, reading about it, it did sound pretty good. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to try it.
So for people who went over to not RAR, Martin House.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They actually had a Sour Fest that we went to, which was real good, and they had some beers there that were similar to this. I think it was
Not a stout. They didn't have a stout.
but it was a dark beer. It looked like this, and I want to say it was a Queen of the
Queen of the Mist is not a stout though. It's a sour. It's an imperial sour of their salty lady.
Was it dark like this?
No, it's not dark. It's not.
There was one, and I don't know if it was.
It
this
was. They had a
one.
stout. They had the traditional stout there. It was not a sour stout.
There was one because I had it multiple times. And they had different
True
versions
Love?
of
He's
it.
like, I got
No,
shit
it
faced
wasn't
on
version.
this.
I don't know. It was.
Well, before we keep talking about Martin House, let's salute. Let's try this
Whoa.
beer.
This is fantastic.
You like it?
Yeah, I do taste the sour.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I like
Oh,
the
that's
sour though.
interesting.
Yeah, I like the sour with it. It gives a nice little different
It's like
feel.
Yeah.
It's like you're drinking a stout, but you get that real kind of sourness to it, kind of real tart.
Yeah, the
Tart is a
aftertaste
better
of
word.
it is more the stout for me anyway. I get hit with the sour at first, and then a smooth stout afterwards.
It makes it easier to drink the stout for people who drink stouts. It's more like a chocolate note, like flavor to it. So a little thicker.
It's got like a smokiness to it for sure.
Heavier flavor that sits in your tongue.
Have y'all ever noticed that? Do people like taste it kind of different? Like for you, Kirsty, you said you taste the sour first, and to me, I taste the sour at the end of it.
Oh, really?
Is that kind of common, or am I just a weirdo?
No, it's
over
really
here?
common. So thanks to our friends Chanel and then Cope. Cope.
Courtney?
Courtney.
Yeah.
Larry.
I talked to them a few weeks ago, and apparently when you try to describe a taste, everything is about feel to it. So people describe it differently, and it hit different notes hit your tongue differently. So it affects people differently, especially with your palate. You know, so that's very true. Like definitely a hit.
Yeah, I think like taste buds kind of play a lot into it. People have like some people are like super tasters, quote unquote, where they taste things in like a different way. And so yeah.
Yeah. I used to smoke, so everything's delayed on me, so I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
blame it
trying
on
to think-
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Big tobacco, thanks a lot.
This is
But no, it is really good.
I like it. I like
enjoyed
it
it
a lot.
more than I thought I would.
Yeah, that's really good. And you said what was the ABV?
8.5.
8.5. So a nice strong little beer.
But for stouts, for people who don't like stouts, this makes it a little easier to drink it. I don't mind for me, like the best way to describe stouts is a heavier flavor. Like Guinness is like a weaker stout that people always compare it to. and it just feels heavy on your tongue. It feels heavy on your stomach. But the sourness makes it feel lighter.
A little lighter.
Makes it feel a little lighter, and ultimately, it makes it easy to drink, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, tasty.
Usually stouts I have to drink very slowly. Probably take me 20 minutes to finish a whole glass. This
as evidence on the show.
Yeah, well, probably longer on the show.
I think the quickest beer drank on the show was last week with Andrew, and that what's that?
There were a lot of good beers last week.
Yeah, we had a lot of beers.
DNR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
Which
good.
one? The cherry one?
Both of them. You chugged the shit out of both of them.
Oh, me,
That
yeah.
was
Oh, yeah. I
first
thought you were saying in
one.
general. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the fastest
Oh, yeah.
beer drunk was by you last week.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were kind of tasting, so to be fair, but that DNR, man, so we had some fans comment out. One fan in particular wanted to know why Victor wasn't feeling the DNR, but man, it was. I personally liked it a lot.
I'd have to agree with that fan. I don't understand
Yeah.
hate on DNR.
No, I didn't hate on
really
it.
good.
It's just not my style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And
No,
I think so. In the beginning, when I first started trying like craft beer in general, there were certain ones that I gravitated more towards, kind of how Victor does towards stouts and porters and stuff like that, the darker beers. And I think you start to change a little bit. So there were some beers that I tried in the beginning that I know I didn't really care for so much. Like there's ones that are like kind of complex ones, like called like Trappist ales and stuff. They're like I think originally made by like monks in monasteries.
Supposedly.
And no, there are still the breweries around that are from like the monasteries and stuff. So there's ones that I've tried before that I didn't really care for. And I know looking back at it, maybe I should try them again because I haven't tried them since. And so maybe my palate's changed a little bit. So, I think as we experience this beer journey together,
I do.
Oh,
I used to
yeah.
call
Change a
you. I
little
call bullshit on you all the time about the changing of palate.
Mhm.
But as more of the styles of beers I don't like, because I don't like IPAs. I do not like wheat beers.
we found IPAs you liked, sir.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish,
Okay.
young man.
Okay.
So
I'm saying
change your
bullshit.
palate, you know?
My palate has changed. What I definitely could do is I do appreciate different styles now. Like I definitely still don't like the vast majority of IPAs. I still haven't found a wheat beer that I truly enjoy. There's some that I could drink better than others, but I wouldn't be like I like this style of wheat beer or Belgian wheat beers. Like it's not for me. I don't like it. I don't like the notes that.
Yeah, I think we all kind of stick to our go-tos forever.
Yeah.
Because I can definitely appreciate different flavors of beer,
Mm-hmm.
but my go-tos always kind of stay around the same. So, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and I think we have a nice different variety of taste here. Andrew, vast majority likes a lot of beers here. Very few beers he don't enjoy. We've come to find out you like more wheat style beers, and I like stouts. And of course, we all like lagers here. Like lagers feel simple drinks, simple beers.
Yeah.
I think some of my, I want to give a shout out to my friend Edwin, who's watching the show right now. One of my drunkest I've ever been in my life is with him. I think we were 16, 17 years old. We went out to Coney Island.
So he's from New York.
Yeah, we're from New York. And I drink liquor to this day. I enjoy drinking liquor. It's my go-to. And since some liquor is very ketogenic, shout out to that ketogenic diet. We're gonna talk about that here later.
Keto. I was gonna bring that up.
We're gonna bring it up here later. But we were in our this for some reason it would end up as a bad day. I don't know why, but we had a bottle of Grey Goose, me and him, and we both drank a bottle of Grey Goose, and I drank a few other things before and afterwards. Where mind you, I'm 16 years old, 16, 17, I can't remember, and we make it back to the house. Like he goes home, I go home, and I get home, and the thing about everything spinning. I've never felt that. I only felt that once. This is one time. I go to the bathroom, like okay, I'm just gonna brush my teeth. The whole room is spinning. I'm just gonna brush my teeth. And I'm just gonna go to bed. Well, that's the dumbest decision I ever made, to brush my teeth. Because the moment the toothpaste hit my tongue, it projectile vomit
Yeah.
all over the sink.
Oh,
I've been
God.
there.
And then I projectile vomit in the toilet, and then I continue to vomit for about a good 20 minutes, and then fell asleep in the toilet.
Ooh.
So you were like 6 for 10 from the field. You got like over here in the mirror, but you got the toilet eventually.
Eventually, and I was everywhere. But my aunt woke me up. She's like, "So someone had a good night," because she was living with us at the
They
time.
like puke all over the bathroom. That's
Yeah.
all she says. Like,
She's like, someone had a good.
fun
No, she had
night."
more. She probably had more
Oh,
to say,
yeah.
but that's all I can remember.
You're like, yep. Back to
Yo.
sleep.
So she shook me to wake me up. She's like, someone had a good night, and I was like, bleh, and continued to throw up. I threw up probably until the next day. Just and then I got to bed like at 10 o'clock that morning. A few text messages I saw. I said, "Fuck that."
No,
and
I'm
I
impressed
stayed.
if that's the only time that's ever happened to you.
No, that bad. I've thrown up. No, I've thrown up. Like
No, I mean like with the room spinning, like you were saying.
I haven't happened like that. I think I probably got close to alcohol poisoning.
Did you?
But big up to my friend Edwin for that experience.
Yeah, Edwin. Why you let him get that drunk, man?
It fucked up.
Have a New York slice on us, sir. We appreciate that. No, okay. So, you said you were in the bathroom throwing up. Did you by chance hit any of the like toothbrushes, or was everything safe?
Dude, I can tell you this right now. I don't remember. Like I probably did. I guarantee I did because I never forget the first thing I threw up on was the mirror. Like I'm brushing my teeth, and moment like I was like the water's running. I'm like okay, I'm gonna brush my teeth, and I went bah, just projectile vomit.
Oh, God. No. See, that's crazy to me because you're drunk, right? The room's spinning, you're getting ready for bed. You think to actually brush your teeth? I would have fucking just laid down, passed out, and
I lived
with
be
done with it. Like 16, so you gotta think of that. Like I know when I got drunk at that age, it was like, nah, man, I gotta fucking brush my teeth. My mama taught me this. She's gonna know.
She did. Mama told me not to drink underage too, but I'm drinking underage.
I probably was thinking this, man. Like for me, I have a weird habit. I take about 3-4 showers a day.
He does. Man likes to shower.
And I brush my teeth about 3-4 times a day as well.
You always smell good.
So wait, you take showers 3 to 4 times a day?
At least.
Yeah.
Wow. I take a shower before going to the gym and after the gym.
And then before bed.
And before bed. And then when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Very dry skin.
He stays very moisturized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad habit. I don't know. It's bad habit from being a kid too.
I've always wondered like what the water bill's like at your
man. It's not that bad, man. It's
no.
Not, I mean, I live in an apartment, so
true. Well,
Does
some of
the
water
apartment split it all across?
No,
some comp it like
yeah,
all the way.
my complex they just started comping it, and like that changed my life. That
well, how much was your water bill?
Oh, it used to be like $20. Now it's $60, and I didn't realize that I washed that many dishes.
Oh yeah, it starts stacking up, man.
But is it you? Like, wait, what do you mean comp it? What does that mean?
They take care of it. They pay for it basically. They comp it.
Well, that'd be nice, but.
That's what I was saying.
There's comping. There's where they split it across everyone in the complex, where it's an even split throughout the bill. And
I feel
then
like
there's the whole. All right, your apartment complex. They read the meter and see how much water you use. That's what you get paid for. So it's like owning a house. So.
Crazy.
No, I'll tell you this. I have when it comes to like the apartment sharing thing, that's the worst that I've had for water bills, because I don't think it's me either. Like it's just me for me and my water bill because.
Do you only shower, or do you have a dishwasher?
I don't ever use a dishwasher.
Washer and dryer.
I have a washer and dryer. I always have a washer and dryer, but I don't ever use a dishwasher. Like my roommate now uses a dishwasher, and but for the life of me, I don't understand it.
I used to. So my mom's white. I grew up with the dishwasher action. I had friends that were Latinos, and like they would take. So in their dishwasher,
it was the drying rack.
No, they had like their own separate drying rack that was out just by the sink. But they would keep like all their like Walmart plastic bags inside the washer or the dishwasher. And I was like, what the hell is this? Why don't y'all use the washer? But you think about it, you take a plate, bowl, or whatever you're eating out of, right? You can sit there and just hand wash it and set it up to dry and put it back up. You really don't need like a dishwasher.
You don't need it.
But it's nice to bulk load stuff up and then just like
I don't know.
let it go.
I don't think for me, I tell you this, I've used it. Like my roommate uses it and that's cool for his stuff. Like and I put them away for him, and he washed all my stuff too. But for the most part, like if he puts my like my cup, like I have special cups. Like we all share the same dishes, but the weekly beer we use here, like I feel like it doesn't clean it well enough. I don't like the way it feels when it's the dishwasher cleans stuff.
Oh, you're saying you don't think it's in depth.
I don't think it's clean enough.
My apartment is so small that I cannot have a dishwasher. Like, well, not. I have a dishwasher. I'm sorry, a drying rack. There's no room. I have no counter
So the dishwasher
space.
becomes a drying rack. That's why I use it in all my smaller apartments. Like the dishwasher became a like.
And I'm
you
also
have a ceiling?
lazy as fuck. Okay.
Hang stuff from the ceiling.
Too high up. I'm just a girl.
I'm just oh.
Nah, bullshit.
I'm just a girl.
Bullshit. I tell you this, man. Like I don't know. I just don't like it. I like the way it feels.
Yeah.
I like it. I haven't been able to use a dishwasher in probably 20 years till I moved into this apartment.
Then you went
I'm
buck wild.
spoiled now. Yeah, I did. Living by myself. Now my wife is in there. No, too many showers for that one.
That's true. That's true.
Know.
I'll tell you this.
Regular old Victor over there, he living with.
Exactly. I could never be married to Victor because I'd be pissed off. I'm only paying a fourth of the water bill.
I will pay the. See again. I was trying to think about how do you hell get the dishwashers, the water bill. I mean, listen, man. Fuck the water bill. My water bill, the highest it's been in an apartment was the apartment sharing was $50. Like that's ridiculous. But when it comes to my individual apartment complex, like $12, $10.
Yeah.
You know,
interesting. Yeah. Well, speaking of water, this next beer we're gonna try is made with water.
Damn, we gonna throw it in already?
Yeah, yeah. So the segue I learned from Kirsty last week, and segue queen.
Beer. Yeah.
Pop one open for.
And this is a Ballast Point, which we had on 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. We bought this beer just for Jake. Jake is having an event tonight at Dots Hops. Hold on. We're doing this beer for Jake in Ballast Point. You know, big support to them.
Yep, we appreciate them coming on.
You know, he was a great guest. But Ballast Point's having a tap takeover at Dots Hop House and Cocktail Courtyard on Commerce. So you guys go check that out if you're in the Dallas area. Definitely go check that out. Support Jake and Ballast Point. Yeah. But we're gonna have the Commodore, which is another stout. Which is I'm in love with this episode.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Pretty good?
Oh, it's so good.
So the cinnamon raisin American stout.
Yeah, you had me at cinnamon and stout. So I think Andrew got me a coffee, like not like he got me a coffee, but he offered to get me coffee, and I told him to put cinnamon in it.
Oh yeah, that's a big life change right there.
It is. Yeah. Changes the game.
So he put cinnamon in. He's like, I think I put too much cinnamon. I was like, there's no such thing.
Yeah. So I like my coffee with a lot of cinnamon in it. Whenever I go make it downstairs at the little cafeteria area. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. So sorry, I handed you another beer. Forgot that you already had the one over there. That's why you were like, hey, yeah. So, but anyways,
this is good.
Yeah.
Straight up cinnamon.
Oh yeah, you can smell it.
Oh my God, what's the ABV on this?
And it's tasty. This tastes like like a stout mixed with some like horchata.
Oh my God, yes.
That's what it tastes like.
Yo, this is 6.5. Definitely not a high on the ABV scale, but fucking delicious.
Good job, Ballast Point.
Yeah. So what I've really liked about Ballast Point, so
it's still 6.5. Sorry.
I don't know. Ballast Point is like a real. They've gotten real big, so they got bought up by a bigger beer distributor. They fall under I think the Corona label, if you will. But it seems like all the beers that we've had, and I've had some of their stuff before, it seems like none of their quality has suffered. So there's been like a debate. I think we posted something on the Facebook page about if people getting bought out, the smaller breweries getting bought out by big beer, does that change quality? I think maybe in this instance, probably not for like at least Ballast Point from what I've tried.
I mean, unfortunately for me, I haven't tried Ballast Point before the pictures and then after. Like, so I was never big into the craft beer scene, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
The difference.
But still being able to compare it to like the major ones, but like Coors Light, even things like Shiner.
Yeah.
This to me, if I were to compare them to big name breweries, this is very craft beer like.
It's delicious.
And that is a totally great thing for me. I
really tasty.
enjoy this flavor. I'm getting hit with a lot of flavors at this point.
The cinnamon, I mean, I can tell you this, Ballast Point. So, for instance of breweries, like we tried a lot of different beers from different breweries, and then not to shoot down any Fort Worth brewery, but like
big ups to Fort Worth,
the Raw, not Manhattan Project, excuse me.
We got Raw, we got Martin House, we've got Panther Island Pavilion out there.
Panther Island, like all of them have their good points, but vast majority of their beers I don't like.
So we actually another big one that we've tried on the show before. We have Collective Brewing Project, which they are the ones that make the cup of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that has that ramen noodle smell to it.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But for
that sounds disgusting. Is it really good?
So it's a sour. So you know that first one that we tried that was kind of sour? It's like that, but when you go in for it, and it's not so much the taste, right? It was more so much the actual smell. You go in for the smell when you're taking the drink. You get like the aroma of like literally it smells just like like the ramen noodles that come in the bags. Like it smells straight up like ramen noodles.
But it's delicious.
But then the taste is amazing.
It's real sour, but It's good,
I
man.
really expected to hate it. I thought it would remind me of my college days. I don't want to be reminded of that. You know,
We might go back. We all might go back to those college days.
Yeah.
starvation. But this beer was very good.
Yeah, very
No, it was
tasty.
delicious. Listen, I loved it. But for Fort Worth breweries, man, I mean, there's beers I like, but the vast majority I don't like.
Yeah.
I haven't had a beer from Fort Worth that I like yet. So
You guys
I'm
need to come up to the hood.
super. No.
With Dallas beers are different. I like
Spring.
Manhattan Project is absolutely delicious. You know, Bitter Sisters is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, very good.
Who else we have out here that I like?
Petty Colas.
Petty Colas.
Boys, Chad.
Yo,
Yeah.
big up to
Chris.
Chad and Chris, man. Yo, we need them back on the show.
Mhm.
Much love to them. They doing big things over there
Yeah.
Yeah.
at Petty Colas, man.
So I heard like they're touch a little bit on Petty Colas for a second. They talked about how the owner is really into like soccer and stuff. I didn't know how into it they were.
they had a whole beer dedicated to that shit.
They had like a joint beer that came out with another brewery, I think. But they open up during like off hours for like the viewing of like the USA games and stuff. They're super into soccer. It's pretty cool.
Did you remember when we went to the brewery? They have like soccer shirts.
Yeah, they have like soccer style
yeah.
like shirts and their merch. They have some really cool hats. I would like to get some of their like one of their hats.
Shout out to the hats. Yeah, I was looking at the hats that day. I was like, I wanted to buy some, but then we got distracted with the.
They
Like,
had a lot of cool merch.
Chad,
over
come
there.
through with those hats, man.
oh, shout out to Penny Colas
Word
with that
everywhere.
merch.
Yep.
What up with that merch?
Yep.
Nah, big up to them, man. Like, man, I just enjoy no disrespect to the Fort Worth breweries. Like, just the Dallas breweries that come on and the beers we try, I just have just a lot of love for them, you know.
Well, we've had a lot of Dallas breweries come on. So Fort
But now,
Worth.
yeah,
We'd love Fort Worth to come out and
Yeah. So
share.
I went out to Collective Brewing not that long ago, like a few weeks ago, and I would love to fill up my 64-ounce growler that I have.
oh man.
So
Fuck
the
that.
prices on some of those beers for a 64-ounce growler from Collective Brewing, the people that do the cup of rum or cup of noodle or cup of beer, sorry, they it was like $32 or something to fill up my 64-ounce growler. So hey, I wish I was rich, Collective Brewing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you. So how long, when you fill up a 64-ounce growler, how long does it stay good for?
It stays. So they lock down pretty tight. So depending on the style of the ones, they have like little plugs you pull down with the little metal clasps, and they have like twist tops. I think it really
The screw
depends.
tops, I feel me personally don't feel like they last that long, but they
Yeah.
last pretty long, longer than you think. Like a week and a half if you
Okay.
store it right,
Yeah,
maybe 2 weeks.
You can last. It lasts for a good long while.
Because see, we homebrew kombucha, and we have to keep it
really?
in growlers.
See, that's different. That's like a living
yeah.
environment. Like
Yeah.
with well, I guess technically beer is too as well.
But once you put it in the growler, it's like you gotta drink it within like 2-3 days if you want it that nice, crisp,
Well,
carbonated.
a lot of
taste.
our things we get in
interesting.
growlers are
Interesting.
filtered, isn't it? Like filtered and
so I mean, basically the whole kind
we're
of
looking at you, beer guy.
general idea of a beer is you got yeast and you got sugar, which is like the malt basically, and so that yeast eats up the malts. They flavor it with like hops and stuff, like, depending on the style.
But after that, don't they filter it? And they filter it, and then that stops like the process. Like they filter.
Well, it depends on the style, but I don't know if it is technically. Yeah, so if they filter it.
They do something to stop the process for the growing because unfiltered and certain styles they keep it growing.
Yeah, it's true. So like a Hefeweizen and stuff, like the ones we had on before, which I don't was Kirsty on the show when we had the Julius Sector, the one where we swirl it.
Yeah,
And
she was on the show.
I was.
she was drunk.
I was
No.
drunk. Yeah, sorry guys.
No,
Every
we talked.
week.
That was our first Hefeweizen we had, and then we all looked at it together, and you taught
Which
us how
brewery
to.
was it?
So
It was a European brewery.
It's Julius Ector, which is a
Isn't it European? No, am I
it's
wrong?
a German.
European. Okay, you say yes, nigga.
It's in Germany. I mean, it's specific here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that one has like you get like those sediment at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Mhm.
Say sediment. She's there.
Oh, stir it. Stir that shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
stir that shit. So I think it depends, but yeah, it's still a living environment in
So,
general.
Jedi, what's your favorite style of beer?
I prefer a lighter, like a blonde.
You're talking about that Kolsch that you had over at in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
That Bee's Knees.
Yeah, that's good. Like Deep Ellum's Dallas Blonde.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. But so I'm like you. Like, I'm a beer snob now. Like, that's all I really drink is really good beer. And the more that I'm drinking real beer, not some Bud Light or Natural Light, yeah.
Yep.
The more I drink it, the more I'm like, I can appreciate a nice dark beer now.
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
So I remember the first time I started trying like real craft beer, I went out to Flying Saucer in Fort Worth, and before that, Fort Worth. But I remember trying like I think like an IPA or something, right? And I was like, holy shit, this is like what beer could be. I think it really kind of opens up your mind because, you know, a lot of people that you meet, especially girls, right? When you're at a party, say, hey, I don't really like beer, so give me like either like a Smirnoff or something sweet, right? But I think once you realize you can get outside the boundary of like kind of just the general Coors, Bud,
Skunky
Miller.
beers.
That's what got you into craft beer. Like, what would a girl like? What can get her shit faced?
Well, craft beer is usually at a higher alcohol content than like the general.
Well, that's why I drink liquor. I mean,
true.
So I drink liquor, but I'm starting to enjoy beer now. It's cheaper. You know.
Yeah. Although I really needed those cheap beers like Bud Light and Coors
Natty
Light to
Lights.
get me into it.
Apparently, I got in trouble for drinking a nickel Natty Nights and leaving a 50-cent tip, like whatever.
About that.
Fuck
Tori,
you guys.
tell him what's up.
You know. Life.
Jedi.
Yes.
So I had a $2 tab and I left 50 cents. Was that a fucked up move or what?
Yeah.
$1
Dude, I
beer
waited
night?
tables all through college.
So
he
did
knows.
I.
He knows the struggle.
Yeah.
So did I. But
You
it
should
was a
know
$2
better
tab.
then. You should know better.
It was a $2 tab.
If I had a $2 tab, I would like give the waiter like a $5 tip. You know what I mean? Because if you're saving money on the tab, you show love to the unless they gave you bad service.
Yeah.
Then 50 cents.
I wouldn't say it was bad service, man. Listen, it's a shitty bar, a dive bar that had nickel Natty Night. Like, so I wasn't expecting like fucking top shot service, but he wasn't a shitty person. You know, he wasn't shitty at all. But it just
No,
He had
dude,
bills
That's
to
a dollar,
pay.
right? At least you
At
break an
least
even
a
dollar.
dollar,
Even
yeah.
dollar.
Shit for him.
whatever.
So-
It's nickel Natty. He got more later night. Nickel Natty Night was only between like 7 and 9. Like it was a short time.
But you're supposed to
Maybe
know
he only
that during
worked
that
that time.
nickel natty night, he's gonna get tipped like shit. So you
It
gotta,
was dead. I don't care.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly even more. Give
I
him,
mean,
give him something.
even today
did
on the
remember me
show,
after I came back.
I went to Bombshells before, and my waitress, she gave me almost a full tall pint of beer.
Mhm.
And she was like, oh, well, our keg just ran out. Whenever it refills, I'll just top it off. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, instead, she basically gave me 2 talls
There you go.
for the price of 1. Did she get a bigger tip? Yes.
Well,
Because
that's the
she
rule
gave
of
me a
thumb.
free ass beer. That's
the,
awesome.
I mean, that's the rule of thumb. Listen, like I don't know how restaurants nowadays with everything computerized. So back in the days was this: how my mom bartended and how I bartended because she taught me was for every 3 drinks you buy, the 4th one's free. Regardless, it's not a bar rule. It's my rule. If you come to my bar and you order 3 Bud Lights, that 4th Bud Light is like, yo, listen, this is on me. You've been real cool.
Wow,
Here you
that's
go.
an awesome rule.
Here's-
I've never experienced that.
Let's
but-
go to that. Let's go to that bar.
No.
You know, but the reason that the rule of that, like the philosophy of that is because if I give you a free beer, that tip's coming directly to me,
Yeah.
you know, or a bigger tip. Or if you order whiskey and Coke or whatever you drinking, if you order 3 of that, the 4th one's on me.
So if you think about it in that sort of logic, those nickel beers, those were pretty much all on them. That's nickel beer. So
Yeah, it's
should've
all on the
been-
restaurant.
Should have
Like,
been
Every
coming
single
through,
one.
bro.
You
Should have
didn't
came
get
through.
nothing
Slide
for
listen,
it.
I was a kid. I was poor.
You were poor, so I
Wait.
get that. I get that. I get
And
that you
after
were.
a while, I'm thinking like, wait, you said you spent $2 there.
I was fucked
Nickel
up.
beer night. Fuck.
I was fucked up.
You can't even add at that point. So you were like 50 cents. That's $1 million.
Hey, y'all got a couple of comments on your Facebook page.
What do we got
Oh,
people
what did
saying?
they say?
Dallas
What's
Beer
going
Talk. So Wandita is saying, "What's up from Tampa?"
Yo, what up?
Hey.
Edwin
Shout out to Tampa.
is saying he
Grandparents
loves the
live out near
show. And then Daniel is saying y'all should look at Pint Hub talking about free beer, and he loves the concept of the show.
Very nice. Very
Ooh,
nice. We'll
Pint
check that
Hub.
out.
Yeah.
What's
I've
what's
never
Pint
heard
Hub?
that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
That sounds like I think that's a mixture of porn and beer.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. That sounds pretty
You
cool. We'll
would know
definitely check
that.
that out. I've heard.
Pornhub? What?
We have, whoa,
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 Hey,
whoa,
what's that?
whoa! This is a beer show,
Oh,
ma'am.
hey.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's segue to.
Yeah.
I think you had a comment about.
I did. Speaking
about-
of porn,
Mhm.
let's move on to strip clubs
The
because
segue
there's
queen.
that.
There we go.
Yes, There's that big fight this weekend between Mayweather versus McGregor.
Yep.
And trying to research where to go to watch this fight, and everywhere I looked was like $25 to $35, which that's a lot of money to me.
pretty expensive.
I'm broke right now.
Well, you're
Don't
not
got
broke.
time for that.
You know,
Yeah.
you're saving for the house.
Yeah.
You got the house
Yes.
built.
Is that per person?
Money conscious. Yeah, per
Oh.
person. No free drinks.
So for you and your wife, that's like half the cost of the fight to watch it at the house.
Exactly,
Come
and that's
on.
what we were thinking. But apparently, at a strip club, baby dolls, it's only $7 to $10 entry, and you get to watch the fight. Like that was amazing to us. But then we had to consider: did we want to go to a strip club?
Do you like
fight?
boobies?
Clearly. Clearly.
Well, the last
She only
strip
likes her
club
wife's boobies.
I ever went.
There
Yes,
you go.
exactly.
That's a good answer.
The last strip club I ever went to was in Oklahoma, so I'm like physically and mentally scarred.
Oh, yeah.
I want to vomit every time.
Mine's been New Orleans.
See.
Okay,
There you
so
go. You
we'll
have one
talk-
Bad experience.
Go on. I got something to add to that.
No, I mean you just go. If you ever go, if your first experience at a strip club is a bad one, you never really want to go back.
Well-
C-section scars, unattractive women.
Well, let's go. Let's rate a bad one. That's pretty bad, right? You know, New York City. I'm born and raised from New York City. Strip clubs ain't that good. You know, I would not recommend going to strip clubs in New York City.
Which part? Like,
What about Scores? I always hear Scores is amazing.
Listen, you're better off just jerking off watching porn. Like, yo, if you're in Miami, yo, definitely strip clubs all day.
Aren't they expensive though
Vegas.
in Miami? I heard everything's
Listen,
expensive
you don't
in
have
Miami.
to. No,
No?
listen, I got Victor's 5 rules of strip clubs.
There you go.
Coming up.
One.
I got it coming up. But listen, so we went to Queens. I lived in a poor neighborhood in Queens and it had a strip club. That was pretty bad. That was my first experience at 15. They let us in. Little nasty little girl let me touch
That's
her
why they
chokes.
let you in. They were like, only 15-year-olds want to see this
Yeah.
desperate shit right here.
Yeah, so like that was pretty rough, man. The people were ugly as fuck. It was smell like cigarettes in New York City, which was still illegal at the time. Like,
They have hookah?
no, they had hookah. They didn't have hookah.
If they
Listen,
had hookah would have been better.
nah, but
Yep.
you know,
Hookah makes
I mean,
everything
it depends on. I would say it depends on the person. Like, yeah, bad strip clubs definitely deter certain people. But for me, I'm just a perv, I guess. I was in it to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Titties.
them titties all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to an all-nude
Miami,
strip club?
yes. Yeah, Miami.
Or
No, so the only time I've ever been out to some strip clubs was in New Orleans for a bachelor party for my friend who will remain unnamed, and yeah, it was just topless.
Yeah, that's all I've
So-
been to. Something about nasty wet pussy on a pole, and then someone else comes up.
I like it.
Yeah. No, it's gross to me.
I like it.
Have you seen wetness whenever it dries?
It's
Oh,
beautiful.
wow. All right, that's
Beautiful.
Wow.
Now, listen. So you've been in several strip clubs. Like, how do you go to a strip club? Like, what's your routine? Like, how do you before you were married? No offense to your wife. Like,
what do you
like,
mean?
How do you set up to go to a strip club? You just show up one day by yourself, or you show up with a crew? Like, how do you do it?
No, it was I mean, to be honest, I don't really like the idea of the strip club. To me, it's a little. I think it's kind of lame. I mean, if you got to pay for a girl to be on your lap dancing, it's whatever. I'm not for that because she's only there for the money and whatnot, which that's her grind.
Are you trying to find love?
I
though?
respect that. No. I'm saying I don't want to have to pay for
Doesn't
that
get
shit.
him off.
Well, I'm saying whenever we were going out, so we were talking about like the fight for the McGregor and Mayweather fight. We were going. This was a while back. We were going for like a UFC fight, and so they had the UFC fight going. So we stopped in, and so it was kind of like it was like you're split between here, and you're also looking over here at like the fight, and so the girls are like dancing. You're like, okay, that's cool, but she's getting punched. Hold on, let me see this on the screen.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And
to
sometimes
me,
they have the TV directly behind the person dancing.
that's smart because then I would have paid
And-
more attention to kind of like glanced at both. Like she thought we were looking at her, but we're looking at the
Here's
screen.
$1. Leave me alone.
So I don't know. As me, I thought it was kind of. I think strip clubs in general kind of lame. But that's just not for me. But to each their own. Hey,
I mean, I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think the strip club is the best game to pregame. The best way to pregame. I think
let's
it's the
say charge entry. That's money you can spend on some beer, like a ballast point.
I mean, listen, this is the best way to pregame. Listen, so for me, like, here's the deal. This is how me and my crew used to do it. So it used to be me and my 3 boys. We used every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we go to the strip club. That's our pregame area, and then we go out. So number one objective. So like number one rule for me, like, if you're gonna make it to a strip club as a guy, for every one guy, there needs to be 2 girls. So we rolled 3 guys. There was 6 girls with us at all times. Every time we went to a strip club. and out of those girls, 3 of them were at least 10s. Like, you gotta have
Gotta
some
get
bad.
those strippers
You got some
comfortable.
bad chicks with you. Yeah, you gotta get some. No, we gotta get some bad chicks, and she's all right on point with that. You listen, you got some pretty girls with you, and you got a
No,
majority.
I've even heard women say that.
You know,
So-
yeah, you got majority girls with you at a crew. You know, we just sit there. We pay the entry fee. You sit there, drink some beer. The beers are cheap, like at a bar. You pregame, see some titties, see some ass. You get some free lap dances. Girls come out, hang out. You may buy them 1 or 2 drinks there, and if you buy 1 or 2 drinks there, your girls get free lap dance. They bring more of their girls out and become a fucking party. Stay there till about 11 o'clock. Then you go out. Then you really go out.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, that's rule number 1. You know, that's how we did it. You know, I got caught once for a lap dance where they try to like make me charge, like make me pay for a lap dance for a girl that was hanging out with us. I was like, that ain't happening, but that's another story. So that's rule 1, you bring girls with you. So rule number 2, if you can't bring a girl with you or you can't bring 2 girls with you, you know, you go with your boy, you only roll 2 deep if you just 2 dudes. Like going to dudes, roll solo or with 1 other guy. You roll 3 deep, that's weird.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, man, now it's creepy. Now, what girl want to stay there long term? Like, no girl want to sit there by you long term. You know, because 3 guys there, 1 girl. Like, it's creepy. It's it's
I mean,
even
they're
at strip
not going
clubs.
to conversate, but wouldn't they still dance? And...
They will still pay, but I'm not trying to pay. This is about how not to pay for that.
So this is balling on a budget.
Yeah, this is how not to
stripper
pay.
Free?
economics.
Okay.
Yeah, this is how not to pay for
So
lap
you
Gallons.
want the strippers to see you as like a girlfriend and like, oh, he just wants to dance.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
I wouldn't say girlfriend, but yeah, that's a perfect example. Yeah,
But-
basically.
They don't gotta know that you're straight.
It
Nah.
puts people more at ease, I guess.
Yeah,
You know that
when
it's
got,
like you
when
got-
have more than 2 guys by yourselves at a club. Now they definitely just to work. Like, yo, who wants to dance? You don't want to dance? I'm out. Because now it's creepy. You don't know what the 3rd guy's gonna do. You know how other guys react. One guy control another guy. You can control one other guy. You know, like, he goes, don't touch her, calm the fuck down. You don't get a dance, chill. You know.
Interesting.
So that's rule number 1. You just sit there, chill, you drink. You once in a while you go to the main stage, you throw some dollars. That's about it. When girls come through, you conversate, you chill, and then eventually they come around and hang out. You know, sit on your lap, talk some
In
shit.
between dances.
In between dances, yeah. You get some free dances at route number 3. Number 3 is bachelor parties. Like, you want to go to bachelor parties, birthday parties, shit like that. You get tons of free dances that way. Like, this is my man's bachelor party. It's my man's birthday.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah, that definitely
Oh,
happened to my unnamed friend.
your
Yeah.
friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
your friend.
You know, that's rule number 3. Only go if you don't go routinely, go for a friend's bachelor party, birthday party. You know, like easy. You don't spend a dime. You be part of that crew, unless you want to be that weird guy that gets paid for dances all day. You know,
No, not that creeper. See, I always had the advantage of
being a
in
girl.
Oklahoma. Yes, I'm the only lesbian there. I had a friend who eventually became a stripper, and so she knew everyone. So she was like, "Oh, I'll get you a free lap
Oh
dance."
my god, that's rule number 4.
Da da da. No, I'm good. I don't want them crabs.
Well,
Only
wait.
because it was in Oklahoma.
So you don't rank that Oklahoma strip club scene on,
No,
on the
please.
higher end?
No, if you're gonna pick a strip club to go to, never go to an Oklahoma one. I've never gone back. I will never go back.
I mean, I feel like every state has their good strip clubs. Like Texas has some bomb ass strip clubs.
You
But
really think Oklahoma has bomb ass strip clubs?
I mean, have you been to all the strip clubs?
Have you traveled all over?
You want me to go to
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City and go to a strip club?
Yes.
It'll still probably be a trailer. So,
I don't know. We got somebody at work we can ask about that.
Yeah, we definitely could talk about that. No, but so point on rule number 4. You know, be friends with a stripper. Like, if you so happen to be friends with a stripper, go to the strip club she works at or the clubs she does work at. Because some strippers work at multiple clubs. Just be friends with her, and then eventually you meet other strip clubs. And when you go up there, you know you got friends up there, and you get free dances anyway because they're strippers and they want to relax.
yeah. As
You
long
know.
as someone can feel comfortable with you, I feel like they're gonna
easy
always...
titties.
And this is actually Dallas Strip Talk, guys. Thank you for
Right.
tuning in.
Rule number 5.
Hey,
Okay, go on, go on.
Rule number 5.
Let's hear it.
Go to the lunches.
lunches?
Go to lunches. Meet the strippers. Meet
They
the
have
strippers.
lunches?
They have
Little
lunches.
Lunch get-togethers?
I've heard that some of like the food is actually pretty good at some spots.
Some
That's actually
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
gonna ask. Have
Yeah.
you been to one with like one of the buffets where they
Yeah,
have
the
like
lodge,
steak and
the
lobster?
lodge.
and-
The lodge is legit. Has the best lunch I've been to. Like
Wow.
the lodge out in Los Colinas. Like, yo, the best lunch.
Australia's pretty popping though. So there's good stuff
You
out
got
there.
baby dolls and some bomb ass lunch. Like, yo, listen, there's some strip clubs that has some really good lunches. If you could do that, like if you work nearby one, you could grab a lunch there. Listen, grab a lunch there, and then you could meet the strippers. Again, you're trying to be friends to strippers. You be there for lunch. You're not trying to get a dance. You could talk to them. They talk to you, and then you come back later at night. Bam, they're there.
Hey, remember me? I was eating that the ribeye.
No, you don't. That's weird. Don't talk about that. Let the girls recognize you. Let the girls recognize you.
Hey,
like, oh shit,
you
were you
eating
here?
ribeye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
I actually knew a guy who worked with me at Cheaters, and he would, during the day, he would serve court papers, like serve people. Like
shit.
being sued and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he would make, if he was in this part of town, maybe it was the lodge, but every time he was in this part of town, that's where he would eat lunch. Like every time. Go in there, eat lunch. Because he's like, you pay like a small amount to get in, and then you get like $40 worth of food.
Oh, shit. So do you think he ever served a stripper?
Yeah, probably.
So he was
That's probably how it happened.
So this is how he goes in. He goes in, has like the ribeye, maybe some shrimp, and is eating. And then after he's done, he's like, excuse me, are you so-and-so? You've been served. And then he walks out.
I got lunch. No, listen. So the lodge, man, it's the best lunch ever. Listen, if you work in Los Colinas area, you're going to grab business lunch.
But is it keto, though?
Not keto whatsoever. Not at all. So me and Andrew, which we're on our cheat day today, we started this thing called ketogenic diet. And I know Andrew, I've been reading up on it and researching it for a little bit now, but Andrew's like fresh on it. So you want to talk about it?
So basically what you're looking at here with the ketogenic diet, which we're completely defying it here on Thursdays, which we've already designated as our cheat day. You're looking at like a 70% fat diet with like 20% like protein and the carbs and whatever, like the very small carbs, limited to little to no carbs in general. So we're trying to get up on.
Actually, I've heard the keto diet is very successful. My stepdad's actually doing right now. He's been obese for years, and he's already lost 20 pounds in 2 months.
Wow, that's
impressive.
It's not an incredibly long time. So, man, you do it right and you stick to it. It's very good.
So apparently you go through, so you cut out like the carbs and you go through like a phase where, you know, your body's so used to having carbs, you go through like basically like almost like a withdrawal. They call it like the keto flu, and you start feeling like headaches and stuff like that. And so they say once you make it through that little hump, after that it's all gravy. So
yeah, it's kind of like me and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I know.
Addiction is real.
Did it get real in New York when you couldn't have any Dr. Pepper?
It really did. Me and Kaylin both became very cranky people. Like, I always tell people I quit smoking cigarettes in just a couple days, but Dr. Pepper, that addiction is real.
Dang.
Like, I made it half a day.
We need like a Dr. Pepper beer on the show.
No, don't bring that here. I'll become an alcoholic.
Wait, have you already kicked it? You've already kicked the Dr. Pepper?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, that's still here, but I don't want to be an alcoholic and
a Dr. Pepper head.
Yeah.
So when is your, I have a question. It's kind of changed the topic. When is your house going to be done? Because I was going to get you like a Dr. Pepper housewarming gift.
That would be amazing.
Whenever we have that. I was thinking about something, so I guess I'm in the works.
We still don't know, though.
Okay.
We're about to get the sheetrock up and the bricks on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess around November, but it's still set for December, mid-December, I believe.
Very nice.
But I think it's going to get done early.
So your housewarming gift and your Christmas present is going to be all in one.
Well, you can save the housewarming gift for the wedding gift. No, like we're going to do a combined housewarming party, wedding, all at the same time.
All of it.
So, yeah.
So bread maker, Dr. Pepper stuff.
I do that for my cheap ass people. That's my whole family.
There you go.
So you got to combine it all.
You're looking at Andrew.
I'm getting her some that pure cane Dr. Peppers and
ketogenic coffee.
No, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, yes,
we'll come up with
please.
something. Put it in the lab fund.
So, I wish you the best of luck on that. Shit. We're going to be super excited. It has a pool and everything, right?
Wow. Let's not get into that right now.
We're not going to
get specifics. Nobody can come over.
Yeah.
Sewer spot.
Yeah. But you give me Dr. Pepper and won't be sore anymore.
That's what she said.
There you go.
Very nice.
Is that
very
what?
nice.
Well, she's a Texan, so.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with that. There is no segue. We got to wrap it up here. We got 3 minutes left on the show. It's been a great show.
It went fast.
Yeah, it went by super fast.
Good. It's a lot of good beers on the show today.
Fucking awesome beers. Jedi.
Definitely appreciate the cult beer that was brought on.
Yeah, that was good, man.
so
I really like that.
Can we talk about the
Clutch beer. I'm like,
clutch
wait,
beer?
that's not cool.
No, but
Clutch beer.
the guest who bought it for us. Can we mention names? Can we support? Or just say thank you. Shout out to the person who
Just
bought the
say
beer.
thank you to Diana and Lance for donating that.
Diana,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you, Diana.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is her name, Diane. So shout
Hey,
out to Wonder
that's
Woman.
true.
Mm-hmm.
For buying that beer, and then big up to Jake's at Ballast Point. You know, the stout was absolutely probably my favorite stout of all times. This is the
Very smooth.
fucking
Commodore.
cinnamon. I was wondering what I was looking at. I fucking forget real fast. The Commodore. It was delicious. It's
If
probably
you
one
like
of my
cinnamon, definitely get this stout.
Yeah, it was tasty, man. It was really good.
both
very-
beers. If you don't like stouts, if you have your question about stouts, these are
Mm-hmm.
both beers you should try for stouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of talked about before the show started a little bit. Jedi was saying how sometimes you hear the description of beers, right? And you read, oh, it's got like hints
Some
of this and that,
coffee.
some coffee and vanilla and this and that. And he was saying a lot of times you don't really taste it, right? They definitely put cinnamon in the name and
Yeah.
definitely get that full cinnamon taste in it. So it was really good, very tasty. But that the clutch was really good too. I really enjoyed that.
Totally
I mean,
two different
It was nice to
beers,
have the
but
sour with the
very
stout.
Oh my
good.
god, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Like Hershey said, two different beers. But if you question about sour, not sours, but stouts, if you
Yeah.
concerned about it, you don't like it, you want to get into it. These are two different beers, but definitely a way to get into stouts.
Yeah.
It's fucking absolutely delicious, both of them.
If you like cinnamon and coffee, go with Ballast Point.
Yeah.
If you like sour beers, go with Clutch.
Clutch.
Hey, so can I
There
bring
you go.
y'all some beers next week?
Of course.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I think I'm going to
Definitely.
Hot Springs this weekend.
Really?
so
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
that
pick y'all up some Arkansas local brew.
There we go.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton approved. Am I right?
Oh my god, yes. Can I get some jazz music for next week as well?
Hey.
Like, can we
Hillary
get this-
Clinton's coming
Yeah.
in September, right?
No.
Hey,
There
it's
you
funny
go.
you say that because as you're driving to Hot Springs,
They have the
you
sign,
go
right?
through Hope.
Yep.
That says the boyhood home of Bill Clinton.
Been
And then
there.
you get to Hot Springs that says the boyhood home of Bill Clinton.
Yep.
So it's like, well,
He lived
Oh.
everywhere.
Which is
which
it?
one?
Yeah.
Very
You're
We're
nice.
still fighting on it.
He lived everywhere, man. So, oh my god, this has been a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like these hours are starting to go by quicker and quicker. Hopefully, we'll try to transition to like a 2-hour period coming up here, and
for
then
sure.
hopefully
Next
near
few
future.
weeks, yeah, next
Yeah.
few weeks, next few months, we try to figure something out. We'll keep everybody posted. But definitely, I want everybody who's watching this. I want to thank everybody first and foremost. I appreciate you guys. Much love for people watching.
All the comments, thank you guys.
All the
Yes.
comments, people who wherever you watch this, YouTube, Facebook. We're gonna have some. We're still gonna try to figure out how to put videos on Instagram. You know,
Make some clips.
working on it. But now we have our website, DallasBeerTalk.com. You know, check us out there. You can always reach us there. Reach us on Instagram, Facebook, Dallas Beer Talk. Man, it's nothing but love this week. It's been a rough week for all of us work-wise, but shit, Friday's tomorrow. The weekend's right around the corner. Everybody enjoy it. You know, the fights this weekend, you enjoy that too. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, let us know who you think's
Place
gonna
your
win.
bets. Yeah.
Place your bets. Listen, if you place your bets earlier, listen. I wish I would have talked about betting. Like, I'm really big into betting. Like, super big into betting.
Next week.
There you go.
No.
Good show.
I'm super big into betting. Like, if you would have bet it 2 months ago on McGregor,
The odds switch.
the
a lot.
odds was in your favor if you would have won. Like, listen,
Yep.
ridiculous. So,
Hey, not trying to steamroll, but y'all were saying earlier about finding a good place to watch the fight. I watch it free every single time.
through.
Hey.
I mean, there's
Cody.
all kinds of different links, but just
Oh,
go to my
sorry.
Facebook page. I'll post the link. When is the fight?
Saturday.
It's Saturday. Okay, I'll find a couple of links that I'll share out. But
Follow Jansen.
the internet, man, the www, the wide webs, man. I'm telling you, you can get anything for free. I watched the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight for free.
There you go.
so here on
Disappointing.
Dallas Beer Talk, we support purchasing the fight and support free fights.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
do what
One
you want to do
love,
in life.
baby.
Depending where you are.
Anyways,
Exactly.
We'll
So-
see you guys next week, right?
Definitely
Yes.
next week. Much love, guys. Everybody have a safe, blessed weekend. I'll talk to you later.